In this video, I want to share with you something that I believe is one of the main causes of actually slowing down your manifestation, success, and achievement. And this breakthrough, this realization came to me a few days ago when I was reflecting on my own life, when I was reflecting on what did I achieve this year, and what is it that I didn't achieve, didn't manifest this year as well. And I asked myself, what's the difference between both? Why is it that here it worked and here it didn't work? And the answer here had a massive impact in my life. And I want to share this answer with you and elaborate, because I truly believe that if we truly understand that little concept that is not new, but is so important to always remind ourselves, especially when things are not working out for us, can create a big impact in our life. So let's have a look. And the first thing I want to invite you to do is to reflect on your year and ask yourself a very simple question. What did you achieve? What did you manifest? What did you create in 2022? How many of your goals did you kind of check off and manifested and created? Not only you can feel good about yourself, you can reflect, you can become aware of so many things that you probably forgot about it or take for granted. So that's a good thing. It boosts your confidence, your trust, and your ability to create. But also I want you to go further, and I want you to investigate the answer to this question. What is it that you didn't achieve, that you didn't manifest, that you didn't create successfully yet in 2022? And I want you to go as well on some of the goals, some of the things that didn't work out, some of the things that you wanted to create that are maybe in progress or completely failed. And then I want you to ask yourself the question, what's the difference? What is it that you did or didn't do on the things that you created? And what is it that you did or didn't do on the things that didn't manifest in your life? And when I looked at the answer to those questions, when I was reflecting on that, something came through quite strongly. And I want you to go through the same process, because you might get your own personal experience. And as Jim Rohn used to say, success leaves clues. So we can actually go back in our life, our successes, and find what works for us, our own rules of success and manifestation, so to speak, and then replicate them. But the answer that came to me was importance. When there was too much importance, too much obsession, too much neediness for the outcome that I wanted to manifest or to be achieved, it was slowing down, it was difficult, it was stressful, and in some cases didn't happen at all, or the outcome was slightly different, or in some cases was completely off. And when I reflected on the things that did work, and maybe worked so well that I felt like it just happened, I didn't have so much obsession, I didn't have so much importance, I didn't have any form of neediness. There was this form of like, oh, I want it, sure, but whatever. Whether it happens or not, it's okay. And also on some level, I had a certainty for some of those things that I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to do it. Maybe I didn't know how, when, or who, or all those details, but I had this inner knowing that I knew it was going to come about, and so I didn't really need it. I didn't really have that importance, caring too much over it, if that makes sense. And that simple understanding, it's not like a brand new concept. It's something I talked in some of my past videos, but what I realized is that sometimes I don't notice how much obsession or neediness or importance I put on some goals or some desires that I want to create in my life. And because of that, what's happening is that we're creating a state of being that is in a state of lack, that is in a state of scarcity, that is in a state that is different from already creating the things that we want. So in essence, we are creating resistance in the process. We are not flowing with life to create that. We are resisting, we are controlling, we are becoming manipulative, we are becoming obsessed with how and who and when and what do I need to do and what's blocking me and what's happening and what should I do. All those kind of things, that focus that we have is all on I don't have it yet. And so we start to project on that desire qualities, things that we think that thing, that person, that manifestation that we want will give us. And usually it's a form of emotional gratification. I'll feel loved, I'll feel grateful, I'll feel relieved, I'll feel safe, I'll feel abandoned, I'll feel, not worried anymore, these kind of things. And so we want that emotional payback from the outcome. But because the outcome is not reached yet, we are living in, oh my God, I need it because otherwise I cannot be happy or I cannot have this type of thing. And it's really much that ego game. Yeah. So caring too much, being too needy, pushes us to repel what we want because our energy is drastically different. You know very much when somebody is needy, that energy, right? It's codependent. It's not whole. It's not effortless. Because we consider that in your wholeness, you attract. And that's why in this channel, I talk a lot about being in the state of the wishful thinker, already being the person, being in that energy and in that mindset that you already deserve what you want, that you already have naturally what you want. And you simply being in the flow of creating this. That doesn't mean that you don't take action and don't do anything about it, right? But it's having and removing the importance and the significance. So what I realized is that if I put things on a pedestal, maybe, oh my God, this is the ultimate goal this year. This is it. This is what I need right now. This is what will bring my life so much meaning and happiness. It's that very much thing that creates suffering in our mind. Because then we start to focus on it's not here yet, it's missing, it's what's lacking. And it changes our state of vibration. We go in fear and doubt and worry. And often we don't even realize it. So to speak, our ego is being overinflated and we're feeding that paradigm in our mind. So the solution is to notice in your own life right now, to reflect, where in your life are you caring too much, or being too obsessed, too needy about a specific outcome? And ask yourself, what do I think, what do I believe this thing will bring into my life? What are the needs, what are the emotional needs that I project on these things I'm trying to create? And if you can start to give yourself that now, you can remove the resistance. But also to understand that you are only lacking what you're not giving to yourself, as the Course in Miracles would say. So when you can look at your goals and desire and release the resistance, the obsession on the outcome and what you think, what you believe it will bring you, and simply accept that you can already give that to yourself right now, it will start to release that importance and that resistance. And now you go into a space where things can actually flow to you. It's that zero resistance living, so to speak. So now ideas, synchronicities, space can happen for you to have the breakthrough that you need to actually create what you want without all that obsessiveness and struggle and hustle and hard work that don't always lead to what you want, versus all the other things that are manifesting easily into your life. So this is what I discovered. And I want to invite you really to go through that little exercise I described earlier and ask yourself this question and compare what came up into your life very easily this year and what are the things that are not working, that are slow, that are stressful, that are lacking in your life and your manifestation. And compare the difference. What do you do or don't do here? And what is it that you do or don't do here? And notice what comes up for you. And see if you can find your own rules for success and manifestations. And above all, I invite you to reflect on whether you're giving too much importance, too much obsession, too much neediness on the goals and outcomes that you have, and start to release and let that go and let it flow. Be well. I'll see you in my next video.